Welcome! Today let's learn Mythwind's farmer. The farmer's goal is to plant and harvest crops for the citizens of the Mythwind Valley. The farmer tends to crops, manages livestock, and purchases equipment, all in an effort to run an efficient and profitable farm that produces a steady income of coins. To set up, insert the header, the farmer board, and weather chart into the tray. Place the farmer miniature by the tray. Take 10 coins from the general supply, place that by the tray, then take the farmer's skills and place them face up so that the level is showing. Next, take the 18 equipment tokens and place them near the tray. Take the 15 livestock tokens and place them by the tray as well. The 24 crop tokens go into the draw bag and place that near the tray. Now let's create a crop market. Randomly draw a crop from the bag and place it on each of the 4 locations. Next, place the untamed land tokens on the farmland. Untamed land tokens can be placed in any orientation, but cannot be adjacent to another untamed land token. And it's recommended that untamed land tokens be placed in such a way that a section of farmland is still open for you to start building a farm. The farmland is where the farmer places crops, livestock, and equipment tokens throughout the game. Throughout the game, untamed land tokens will need to be removed to increase the farmer's farmland. The farmer has unique dawn, daytime, and dusk actions, and resolving the farmer's weather effects for the dawn happens after the main board resolving weather effects. After the main board weather effects, the farmer will have special spring, summer, and fall effects. He does not have any special winter effects, so you can skip this step if it's winter. We can see that if it's sunny, he will have to do a special effect. If not, he does not. Our first card is cloudy, so he won't have to do anything. However, during the second round, he will plant, which I will get to in a bit. Then, during daytime, after performing town actions, perform character actions. For the farmer, that means to farm, then resolve skill. To farm, the farmer will choose one action to take. And the action you can take will depend on your alignment. So if you're aligned with the sprites, you can take the plant, tend, harvest or clear action. And if you're aligned with the villagers, you can take the equipment, livestock, or harvest or clear action. Let's go over plant. To plant, the farmer takes one of the crops from the crop market. If it is from the farthest right, he can take it for free. Otherwise, he must pay the cost, 1, 1, or 2, in order to take those. When placing a crop, it must be at its lower cost, untended side, but you can orient it any way. When placing a crop, if a crop of that type has already been placed, whether tended or untended, the new crop must be planted next to it. A crop of a different type can be placed anywhere else, although it can be placed adjacent to other crops already there. A group of crops of the same type, whether tended or untended, is called a field. So this is one big bean field. However, because this is potatoes, it is its own potato field, whether adjacent to another field or somewhere else. The next possible action a farmer can take is tend. To tend their farmland, the farmer takes one of their tokens and flips it over to the more valuable tended side. The following rules must be followed. The token flipped must still be a part of the same field, and a portion must occupy the same space it occupied before. The next step is harvest or clear. Either way, you will remove tokens from your farmland. Let's start with clear. To clear, the farmer takes one untamed land token, pays the cost printed on it, then places the token by their board. You may need it later. To harvest, the farmer chooses one crop, whether tended or untended, and they remove it from their board and gain the coin amount shown. And harvesting can break up fields. The harvested crop goes back in the supply. The next step is livestock. Buy, sell, move, or breed. To buy, the farmer spends 3 coins, takes one livestock token and places it anywhere on their farmland. To sell, the farmer gains 2 coins and removes the token from their farmland, and that just goes back in the supply. To move, the farmer takes a livestock and moves it to any other empty spot in their farmland. To breed, the farmer chooses 2 livestock adjacent to each other, not being used for farm equipment, and places another livestock token adjacent to one of the other tokens. The cost for that token does not have to be paid while breeding. The next farm action a farmer can take is equipment, buy or sell. When doing an equipment action, a farmer can buy once and sell as many times as they want. To buy equipment, the farmer pays as many coin as is showing on the token and places it in the field with the inactive side up. The inactive side is the side that shows the tool and cost. And once equipment has been placed, it cannot move from that spot. To sell equipment, the farmer sells it for half that price, rounded down, and returns the token back to its supply. And the farmer can sell inactive and active equipment. When placing farm equipment, the inactive side is always placed face up. We can also see equipment has a livestock value. If the number of livestock tokens adjacent to the farm equipment equals or is greater than the farm equipment requires, flip it over to the active side. Livestock can count as adjacent to multiple pieces of equipment. If the number of livestock tokens drops below what is required for the farm equipment returns back to the inactive side. The farm equipment abilities are as follows. For the sprinkler, after you perform the tend action, perform the tend action next to the sprinkler. For the sickle, after performing the harvest action, harvest a crop adjacent to the sickle. For the plow, after performing a plant action, you may plant an additional crop in a field next to the plow. For fertilizer, each time you harvest a crop next to the fertilizer, gain 1 extra coin. For the distributor, any crops planted adjacent to the distributor are immediately tended. For the upgraded fertilizer, each time you harvest a crop adjacent to the upgraded fertilizer, gain 2 extra coins. For the upgraded sprinkler, after performing the tend action, tend 2 crops next to the upgraded sprinkler. For the upgraded plow, after you perform the plant action, you may plant 2 additional crops next to the upgraded plow. For the upgraded sickle, after you perform the harvest action, you may harvest 2 more crops from crops adjacent to the upgraded sickle. For the beehive, at the end of each season gain 5 coins. For the upgraded distributor, any crops planted in a field adjacent to the distributor are immediately tended. And for the petting zoo, at the end of each season gain 15 coins. And also one more thing to remember is that throughout these examples, each piece of farm equipment must also have the livestock value adjacent to it for it to be active. After the farm action, the next action a farmer can do is optional, and that is to resolve skill. Characters can gain skills by using the longhouse or resolving game effects that have a skill icon. When a character gains a skill, they must pay its cost. In this case, 1 strawberry and 2 potato crops. To spend crops to pay for skills, the farmer removes that number of tended crops and places them back in the supply. They do not gain the coin amount. Then flip the skill over and place it in any skill slot of your choice. And in the future, if you wanted to, you may rearrange them to add a different one. And in the future, to do a level 2 or 3 skill, one of the 2 sprites depicted by the skill level must also be in play, which will happen later in the game. And the skill they resolve must be in the same row as the farm action they took. So in this case, if they took a livestock action, they may do the skill action as well. And if they took a tend action, there is no skill to resolve at this time. The farmer's skills are green thumb. If the day's weather is cloudy, perform the plant action. Rancher, perform the breed action once. Good planner, if the day's weather is raining, perform the tend action. Harvester, if the day's weather is sunny, perform the harvest or clear action. Farmer's Almanac, look at the top 2 weather cards from the weather deck, then place them back on the top of the deck in any order. Cowboy, move 1 livestock token to any open slot in the farmland. Handy, buy 1 equipment token for half the cost, rounded up. Worker encouragement, spend 5 coins to increase all hired workers on your character tray. Careful harvester, harvest a crop and tend another crop from the same field. And botany, move any number of crop tokens. And finally, the farmer can perform worker actions, and the farmer can use any number of worker dice to perform this action. To do so, take a die, reduce it by 1, and then place it in the relevant spot. Sprites may only be in sprite spots, and villagers may only be in villager spots. And once a die is in that spot, the farmer is now free to take that action. At dusk, after the return workers action, comes the farmer's replenish crop market. To do that, slide all the crops all the way to the right, then draw a random crop from the bag to replenish the leftmost spot. During end of season, after changing the season tile, is the character upkeep step. And for the farmer, this is referred to as overgrowth. To resolve overgrowth, the farmer chooses a sprite die from the tower or their own supply and rolls it, placing the new result in their supply or tower, whichever is appropriate. Then the farmer places a number of random untamed tokens back on their farmland. But this time, they are allowed to be adjacent to each other. However, if there's not enough room for overgrowth, the farmer must remove a crop or equipment or livestock to make room for the new overgrowth. The farmer does not get coins for removing the tokens. If all the untamed tokens are in use, don't add any more. Or if there's no space because of other unused tokens, do not place the token. To save the game, place the farmer miniature and draw bag back in the box. Remove the farmer header from the tray, then place inside the farmer's coins, unused crop tokens, equipment, and livestock. Then replace the farmer header. Remove the left farmer board, place the unused skills, and cleared untamed land. Place the farmer board back on. Then place the lid on. The farmer is now saved. To continue, do the reverse. And create an all-new crop market. Thank you for joining me to learn Mythwind's Farmer. Have fun, and I invite you to join me now as I begin my playthrough. And welcome to the start of my playthrough of Mythwind. So my intent is to play through every character, of course starting with the farmer and then progressively getting harder and harder characters according to their star value. This one I believe is at a 1. Yes, a 1 out of 5 stars in terms of how complex just the farmer is. So yeah, I'll go through all the characters and then I'm hoping there's also a couple mini expansions. I'm hoping that I'm able to play each character first and then, after 5 playthroughs, add in a mini expansion. Then I would start re-rotating characters. So once I start adding in mini expansions, then I'd play the farmer a second time, add in the next mini expansion, play the crafter is my intent to play next after the farmer. I hope that works out as I plan. I've never played this before. Sure, I've filmed rules videos, but filming a rules video is a much different process than actually playing a game. Seeing how things are interacting, seeing how things are interlocking during the play process. So anyways, my intent is to just play. I want to play the farmer, play through a season, I guess I would count that. Play through a season. There's 9 weather cards, so 9 rounds. Pack up the farmer, learn the crafter, then continue playing the same board. So this would be part 1 of several parts. The farmer being part 1, the crafter being part 2, while playing / building the same town. So that is what I want to do. So we can, I did not reset this properly. So we have our weather. It is spring. You start the game as spring before changing seasons after 9 rounds. So we have here how things could line up. So when we flip a weather card, of course, that's only 1. Once you get 3 weather cards, you start checking your season tile to see if the 3 most recent weather cards, line up here. If you had 2 rounds ago, if you had a cloudy day, last round you had a sunny day, and now you have a cloudy day, you would do the effect. 3 rainy days in a row, you would do that effect. Rain, sun, cloud, of course, you would do that effect. And we can see our resources here, our culture, our income, our production, and food are all at 1. All the tiles, these tiles are all set out. Our forest is all untamed land here, except there is a longhouse here for some reason that we're already able to go to. We have a couple of villagers and some sprites who can help us out, and we can see in what ways they're able to help out the farmer. The farmer, wait, am I done with this? You can build some buildings. It'll let you know where it can go and what conditions it needs to have. So to build a tavern, you just need to be sure you have a general store already built. So, well, with only a longhouse, of course, you can only build something that says you need to already have a longhouse. And there's some buildings where you need to not just have it, but it will also replace it as well. We'll get there when we get there. Am I done with the main town? I think so for now. Okay, so we are throughout the game able to get more sprites and villagers. I'm not 100% on when, how exactly. Like I say, playing is different than saying, this is what this says on this page. So we have our event cards, our 9 weather cards, our goal cards. These are resolved at the end of a season, so after the 9 rounds, and after shuffling them, we landed on each character must have 1 skill. And in the farmer's case, our skills are right here. These are by the board because we're able to purchase them. And in this case, we would need to have a tended strawberries and 2 tended potatoes in our field. Remove those from the field to be able to purchase a skill so that we can, when it rains, do a tend. I think this is tend action. So that would be that there. So anyway, yeah. So what I mean is if you bought it, you would put it there. And then what action you chose to do. So if I chose to do a plant action, great. I planted a thing. I now have the option to also do the skill on condition that I put my guy in, put the mini in town, align with a sprite on the blue side. So pick one of the ones that has a sprite on it, and then do the action. So we can see we have some untamed land here. So for setup, you can't put it where things are adjacent to each other. See, this is right up touching the edges of a few. So you move that down. Diagonal doesn't count as adjacent for the farmer here. So one of the things you want to do is plant on this land, but you can also remove some untamed land in order to have more farmland. At the end of a season, though, you're probably going to end up with seeing more untamed land having grown back, depending on what you end up rolling. And we can see up here how we can, for example, go to the improve town location, and we can spend 5 coins, flip over a card. Now we have spaces to put a building in when it's able to, and a blank space, put a building in, and that's the gist of that. And we can see here, we put our mini here, and we can improve our town. So that's increase these according to, spend how many, so we can spend 5 to improve our food. Awesome. Spend 10 to improve our income. Cool. Another 10 for production, another 15 for culture. Okay, cool. So what's that for? Speaking of buildings, so we are doing a one-player game. In order to build a tavern, put a tavern in the queue, we would spend 1 income and spend 1 production and 3. I was going to say 2 and spend 3 food. So you would want to have this at 3 to be able to build this. You can't right now because you need a general store, but of course there's several buildings where you're going to need. I might as well just put those on the top, hey. So I'll do that right now. Look at this. You get to watch me do this. Isn't that just the most exciting thing? Unless you're actually, going to pause and actually look at them all, then okay, cool. Then I'm not disappointed that I'm doing. Of course. There we go. We have a longhouse, and I'm pretty sure there was one more longhouse. Okay. So these 2 are the 2 we can build. So we can pay that, put in the queue. When it leaves, so once a building is here, it's ready to be placed in, but you would need to have an action happen that says go ahead, move everything up 1. Once an action says go ahead, move everything up 1, the building that is in the top can finally go in a cleared space. So you need to have a cleared space. Like I say, this is all not cleared. It's all grown in right now. And that would be cleared. We just pay 5 to clear that out. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put that back, and I'll put these 2 on top. Perhaps I should have put the general stores and trading posts above that. That's okay. Or general store and trading posts. Okay. Anyways, so that's why those are there, so we can choose what we want to actually go in. And what this symbol is where it goes. So the ones are all practically done. So you'll have some great ones, for example, that you have to put in 4 and wait to move up and wait to move up and wait to move up, and finally you can put it out. So that's that. As for gaining a skill, so that's what this is, gain a skill, this red one, gain a coin or gain a skill if you go to Longhouse. If you really need a coin, go ahead. But I assume I would rather, at least typically, go there to gain a skill. Gain a skill, well, there's no sense going there if you can't pay for it, so I'm going to have to plant stuff. And speaking of, I'm going to have to set this up, and I will get there when I get there. So I'll need to plant stuff to do that. But there's also these other conditions after these. You can see these first 4, but as for these level 2s and 3s, there's also some sprites here. And we will get there when we get there. Right now they're just sitting in their slumber. So when we have that guy or that guy on the board, which I don't know how that happens. I filmed the general how-to, and I filmed the farmer's how-to. That's it. I'm now playing the farmer without knowing what comes next. Okay, so we have an event card here. It says place only 1 there. I do have the rest down here, beside my tripod. I have a bunch more adventure cards, but it says just put, I think it was 8 or 10, whatever the number was. That is how many is in there. say 7, I think, achievement cards, goal cards, and all the weather cards without shuffling. So hopefully I put them back in the right order. Yeah. Okay, so now I think what I should do is set up the market. Okay, we're back. As I was saying, let us create the market. So I'm going to go to, well, I want to make sure I'm on the untended side. Got some potatoes, got some beans, some potatoes. What is this? Oh, some strawberries and beans. Okay, this I can take for free when I'm doing plant action. I can take this for free. I can pay 1, I can pay 1, or I can pay 2 for that. So it depends how badly I would want anything else. So actually, yeah, that kind of makes sense. If I really, really want a skill real bad, because I should have a skill by the end of the season in order to achieve the goal, then I would maybe several rounds from now need something. Um, so yeah, these can all do something good. Uh, well, let's go through it. So the green thumb, I'm reading from the book. If the day's weather is cloudy, perform a plant action. So when you flip over it and, hey, it's cloudy, and I get to just plant something for free. Isn't that nice? Rancher, perform the breed action. If you have 2 cows, you can make a 3rd one, and you don't have to pay anything for it. Good planner is if the day's weather is raining, perform the tend action. Cool. You get to do that for free. Or the harvester, if the day's weather is sunny, perform the harvest or clear action. So whatever of those I may end up wanting, or depending on what crops I get, I might just default to I get what I get as long as I achieve the goal. I'm not hard set on accomplishing anything specific right now. I got the game to play, right? So let's do that. Well, okay. What kind of things can I do as I think about it? So these, I can go to these buildings to use them. So if I were to do that, I could spend 3 to be able to do a skill. Of course, that's wrong. Not a skill, a character action. The character action in the farmer's case being to do a farm action and resolve a skill. So I can pay 3, do the action, do a thing, and then do the farmer's action, which is doing the farmer action. So do stuff to get to do more stuff. This is that kind of game. So give 2 coins and a resource. I'm just going to go ahead and say pay 2 coins and a resource, as in lower it, to increase a resource, any resource, wild. If you really want to do it that bad, maybe it helps you build a building, Okay, so cool. This helps you do more stuff though. I think this is probably what I would like to do. So let's see if I can focus on this. Let's see if I can get, so I have enough to pay the food and production. I would just need another one to pay income. So I would need to pay, 10 coins. I only have 10 coins. Oof. And it would be great to be able to do that, to have that for other things as well. And you know what? To even have, to even be able to build a building in the first place, you need to have land clear. And to do that, you pay 5 coins. And I suppose I cheat right now, in the sense that I'm looking at the instruction book and it says card 6 has increase any card by 1. So maybe I spend 10 to get 5 change to clear 6. And if the instruction book is accurate, oh, it's not. Okay. What does this mean? So I had to take a break to ask, and it turns out this is the refine symbol from the crafter, who I have not taken a look at yet, so I did not know that. So refine the crafter's thingy, whatever this ends up meaning. I haven't gotten there yet, like I said. So that's what that symbol is supposed to be. If you have the crafter, refine. But then another answer was it's actually supposed to be move up the building queue, which of course we don't have buildings, so we're going to do absolutely nothing. But we do have a clear space now, so let's continue on. And yes, after all that, I realized I should have put that there, then did all that. Also, I'm back. Hi. Okay, so that turned out as well as I had wanted. So be it, right? We're just playing. Also, I was supposed to have done this first. It's a cloudy day. And in the spring, we only worry about sunny days, so we didn't have to worry about that. Flip the weather card, place your guy. Do the thing in this case being I decided to clear that piece of land. I got nothing for it. And I think now I move on to my farmer action. So now, the farmer action is to pick one of these and do it. So we have to check our alignment. So we are aligned with the sprites for having gone here. So that means I can plant, tend, or clear, whether clearing this untamed land or had I a crop. Actually, crops are in the bag. Had I a crop planted, I could harvest that. But right now, either planting or clearing sounds good to me. And because I do have some space, maybe, or you start clearing early. Start clearing early or start planting early. That's, both of those seem actually all right to me. So if I plant this, these are going to move down. So if I plant these beans, this is potatoes, right? No, this is strawberries. Then strawberries is going to move down. So and then this is, oh, seriously? And then potatoes. Oh, but there is a one of each. Beans, strawberries, potatoes. If I planted all of those, then I could get the rancher. And if I do get the rancher by planting all those for free, then I have this completed, having the skill. I'll have my goal completed. And if I do this, oh, I can do a breed action. If I did a breed, or if I am able to do a breed action, then I should have some cows. If I have some cows, which cost 3 each, well, I'll want to buy 2. To do that, I would need 6 coins, and right now I only have 5. By planting, whew, so I would need at least 4 plants to have 3 of them to get the skill, and then another 1 to get some coins so that I could get a couple cows so I can do the breed just to have it be worth it. All right. And then having cows lets me use farm equipment, which lets me do more actions. Each one of these, of course, having its own. Okay. Well, having more plants, having more crops is good. I think that at least that gives me a focus, even if maybe I could do other things. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I will. Do I want to clear? Do I want to plant? No, what? I'm gonna clear. I'm gonna clear so that I can just focus on planting later. So I'm gonna clear so I can focus on planting a lot more later. So if I have this cleared, then I can have all this space. Maybe I'd want to clear that next, that kind of thing. But for now, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Of course, but in order to clear, you need to spend, in this case, 3 coins. So I just keep losing coins and losing coins and losing coins. Coins are not infinite. But that's why I'm taking these for free, right? Okay. 4. What can I do? Maybe I clear this one just so I can have this extra space and don't worry about this. then another 4. You know what? Just do it. Okay, so you have 1 coin to clear this. This is now cleared. At the end of the season, this might end up going back on my tray, but for now, I'm just setting, what can you see? That'll just be there, I suppose. Okay, so assuming I did everything right up to this point, I'll just pop that back in. Okay, I will Dusk now, right? You get the 1 action, unless you had, a sprite worker, then you could do another action. Or if you had, one of these and you had it flipped over and it let you do another action, you could have that other action. If you had a skill, you could do more and more and more actions. But starting out, you get the 1. So fair enough. So maybe I'll just set that there. That's not, I only have 1 coin. And if I had dice, I would either keep or roll and put back if it was a blank face. If it had pips, like this is a 2, this is a 3, if these were in my tray, I would keep them. Blank, put them back. Now, as for the farmer, had I taken a plant rather than removed untamed land, had I taken a plant, now it would be replenished. Everything would move down. This would become free if this were empty. And then you just grab another one and place it there. So this is literally me playing, wrapping my head around it. I have not played this before. Oh, that's cool. Something's probably gonna end up going there. And I guess we move on to the next day. Let's do it proper. It is sunny, and springtime in sunny in springtime means plant a crop. And I am not paying a cost for it. So I will be taking the beans for free. That is our tended beans. I could sell those for 4, or untended, which is how they get planted in the first place, of course, will go there. So we have a crop in our field. Isn't it lovely? And I'm thinking, when I first got the deck, I think that was sunny. I might have inadvertently shuffled them, making the how to play video. And I'm gonna say, oh well, too bad, so sad. Let's continue on. So, Sunny, that, and we only have 2 cards, so that's not going to be of any relevance. Now, what do you want to go ahead and do? Know what I'm really curious about? I'm not taking a free plant because the free plant's already taken, and I don't feel like paying right now. Of course, I don't have the money to hire. I don't have the money to pay for anything. So I'm not going to be paying to improve this track here. So I'm thinking, well, yeah, I'm not going to do a building. So I'm thinking, let's go on an adventure. Hey, you've planted for the day. You deserve some fun. Assuming this is fun. Did I shuffle these just before? Okay, well, card 10, so they were shuffled. Okay. Into the unknown. You've never been here before. Choose one. Roll a villager, roll a sprite. Let's go with sprite. Oh, keep reading. If there are no dice in the tower, nothing happens in your adventure. Oh, well, that's boring. After rolling the die, flip the card over to read the results. Okay. Once you have completed this adventure card, shuffle it back. Oh, okay. Well, like I'm going with the blue one. Nothing. Okay, so you've unfortunately been joined by a loudmouth who brags about the fortune they'll make. All creatures avoid you. Sprite down infinite. Okay. Well, it's already at 0. So then it goes back to the tower. just not at a 0 face. That's a 2. Okay, anyways, then shuffle, yeah. Once you completed the adventure, shuffle it back to the adventure deck. Okay, so that was a super fun adventure. And we are aligned with blue sprites. Okay, which means we can choose one of these. I'm not doing plant. I might as well do tend or clear. I mean, might as well do tend, right? I'm here. So something of this must still be in the same spot, so that's fine. Okay. So when I end up getting it, I can see that these days can be snappy. At least to start with, without having all this extra stuff to give me more things to do on my turn. So take my guy back. I don't have any dice to put back. Now, as for the farmer, he also replenishes the market. And this is what I got, another bean. Okay. Day 3. Still need to get that skill. I need to get the skill to resolve the card. Rainy. Oh, and it has a event. So I believe we look at this first. Cloud, sun, rain. Nope, rain, sun, cloud. So not in the right order of this one. Okay. And it is not sunny, so don't worry about that. Okay, anyway, so we saw the there's an event. Now let's actually look at the event. All right. More locals. A sudden crashing sound booms across the town. At the source of the commotion is a pile of wood set aside for construction that has collapsed. Trapped beneath it is a panicked-looking creator sprite. It cries out, "Help! I was only trying to tidy up the pile." The terrified sprite is carefully freed and gives thanks before embarrassedly scurrying back into the forest. The creator sprite that was freed from under the woodpile returns to town. He introduces himself as Ponk and takes your group into the forest where there is a gathering of many unfamiliar sprites. You overhear them talking about your town, occasionally in a surly tone. Once they notice your presence, however, they scatter and hide in the greenery. Ponk looks embarrassed and scurries away as well. How odd. Perhaps they got shy? Shuffle in events 3 and 146. I didn't realize I would need to have to open the second event card to get 146. And it says shuffle in, but like these are clearly done, right? So I suppose they mean put these back in any order. It doesn't matter if it's 3 first or 146 first. So hopefully that's enough to distract me from knowing which one is first, and that is there. If you're curious, 3 is the one that ended up there. Okay, whatever. That was our event. Okay, so there are sprites in this village. Okay, that's cool. Let's do something. Still trying to keep an eye on gaining. I'm already on day 3 out of 9. Keeping an eye on gaining a skill. I still need to increase production. That's not true. To build that building, I would need to increase production. Okay, let's refocus. So I need to plant any of these. I need 3 plants to plant. That's okay. I can put in a building. Like, why would you not want to put in a building? Right, I like this general store. I need coins for it though. So that's why I want to increase production for the do this skill again. And I'm feeling really silly because I keep forgetting. Dude, just go to the longhouse. Okay. Nothing has been wasted. All, stuff has to be done anyways. Let's gain a skill. Oh, duh. You don't just gain it. You have to pay the cost to gain it. That's why you go there. Okay. Oh my. Really, all I'm thinking about right now is I need to plant. I need to plant. I can't hire guys. Maybe I go there so I can at least get a coin, so I can hire, so I can do this a little bit more. I do need to increase production, but then if I'm doing this more, everything always needs money. Maybe, okay, let's try it. Let's just try it. I have a thought. That is my thought, what I just said. So do that. At least I have a thought. So I get the coin. Okay. And then I can hire one of these guys later. Now, do one of these things. I wish to continue to plant. So I'm just going to take the free one, and this is strawberries. So I can plant it adjacent. And had I grabbed a beans, you would have to plant it to wherever beans already has been planted, but strawberries have not been planted, so I can plant these anywhere. So I might as well just get them out of the way up there. So that's what I'm doing. Next time I tend, I can flip the strawberries over. No workers, don't have to worry about doing that. Okay, nice, nice, snappy. I'm cutting out the long pauses where I'm thinking about what I'm doing. Not that I'm the most excellent thinker in terms of what to do next, but yeah, with all the pausing cut out, I can see these being snappy turns. And move it down, move it down, move it down, and one more rando is more beans. Okay, lots of beans. Okay, day 4. And now, move these up. We only care about the 3 most recent ones. We have sun, rain, but now it's sunny again. And there is no sun, rain, sun. But we can plant. So that is wonderful. I am going to take the free one. And that'll let me have the rancher. These are potatoes they're potatoes right now. You can put them right beside. You just have a field of what was that? Strawberries, a field of potatoes, field of beans. And if you added more beans, you would have a couple crops of beans to make one field of beans, right? Okay, so I did that because it's sunny. Now we can move on to doing our town action. And might as well hire, I want to tend these so I can get a bit more money, the blue. So that's just going to go there for now. So, and I have to actually pay the cost of doing that. Okay, so like I said, now it is what do I do? Before dealing with the die, just what do I, who is, my alignment is who I purchased. Okay, so that's fine. So yeah, that's what I want. Never mind, fine. Okay, so I'm going to tend as my own action. Oh, now we have some potatoes. Cool. Now, there's no skills to resolve. Now, I can take this one here and tend the next crop as well. Unless I am misunderstanding something. Cool, those strawberries look wonderful. Okay, so we have 3 crops. If I were to sell these, I would get 13 altogether. But I'm not. I'm going to get a skill because that's what I want. That's been my drive for this last while. I might as well follow through with that drive and get what I want. Okay, so awesome. Now, return to me. Okay, so now there is a return workers step. So had this die, I put it as a 2. I probably should take it out of here, put it as a 1, and put it there. So that's what should have happened, I think. So now it has a 1, so it does not have to be re-rolled and gone back. I get to keep this for 1 more turn. For one more turn. Thank you for your help, but let's try to be honest. It's hard enough to just play, but also do it on camera. So um, that's fantastic. Okay, so return workers, replenish the crop market. 2, 3, and what do we get this time? Is it beans? Oh, it's strawberries. I thought it was potatoes. Strawberries. Cool. Okay. Now, day 5. I believe day 5 is the day I get the skill. Okay, so do we have rain? Nope. Oh, so close though. Rain, sun, cloud. We have rain. Oh, I read that I was looking at it wrong. Rain, cloud, rain, sun, cloud. Boom, rain, sun, cloud. Okay. Oh, sorry, which means increase production. Of course, I wish it was increase income, but it's not like I'm whining that I got more of something that I need to have more of eventually in the future. So now, what's our next event? Let's see. Well, we pulled 3, or we put 3 at the top after shuffling 2 cards. Okay. About the tribes. Fix greets your group and apologizes for the confusion with Ponk in the forest. He got overly keen. We sprites are secretive and don't warm to outsiders easily. Fix taps herself on the chest. Well, not all of us. Sorry for not warning you. She then explains that there are 6 sprite tribes, of whom some have uncertainties about humans being here. Fix suggests you find a way to show them your good intentions. Ooh, shuffle events 4 through 7. Done. So I'll just set this aside with these other ones. So we got 1, 2, 3, and shuffle in 1, 2, or sorry, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it says shuffle. So let's take card 146 as well. And what happens is what happens. Let's do it. It says random. Let's do her up. Let's do it. Whatever quote right is. And oh, okay. 5 is on the top. So those who know what 5 is know what's going to happen next event. Not me. Okay. Do the actual town. Now, I really want skill. And I have to pay for it. And I'm able to. Or do I want... Oh no. Oh no. Am I getting greedy? Oh no. Am I getting greedy? Because I can just plant something. See, I can just plant... Oh, there's plenty of weather cards. I can plant just 1 more bean and get 4 coins next time. Okay, if I did that, if I waited 1 more turn to plant a bean so that I could have this, then what would I do? Another adventure? I don't have coins to improve the town. That's a good reason to have coins, actually. Not that I would be able to, but it's good to have because I want a building. Adventure, because I have the sprite, which could let me plant. So that's nice. I can plant 1. We can plant, or we can plant 2. And then I could have something to tend later. Okay. Maybe just go on an adventure. Not doing that. Not doing that. Not doing that. Gain a coin. Let's try an adventure. Let's try an adventure. Several hiking trails have been discovered and are considered safe for your developing community. Near the halfway point on one of them, you notice a deer trail that looks as though it could be a more direct route back to the town. It's getting dark, and a shortcut might be a good idea if it is in fact a shortcut. Stay on the trail because it's safe, Or you're out here to explore, see where this new trail takes you. Oh, that sounds nice. Oh, I want to go with B. I still want to go with B. This route isn't much of a shortcut because of its winding path, but you find some berries that the local wildlife have snacked on. You decide to grab a small bush to see if it can be planted. Gain a food. I'm not against gaining something. And there's no instructions of what to do, so we are done with this card. Nice. Okay. I guess I just kind of said it there-ish. Cool. Okay, so that is our adventure action. Okay, nice. Okay, so an adventure just aligns you. Oh, aligns me. Oh, glad I picked B. Okay, aligns me with what I want. Oh, since I'm taking the card out of the game, no, what? This is a spoilers one. Had I chosen A, I would have gotten home in the normal time for a nice walk, so I could increase villager die as much as it possibly can. I think that's what the infinite means. That's what I'm going with. Cool. So I'm actually fine. I'm fine with having a bit more food. Oh, let's push that down there. Okay, so come back home. What am I doing? I think I do plant. Hey, I think I do plant, and I have to plant it next to one that's there. And I have a worker. No, I have to pay to clear. So I can't clear. I think those are optional, right? It says you can use any number. And I'm gonna go with 0 as a number. So maybe if I had a coin, I'd want to plant more, but no, I'll just keep doing that for free. So I'm not gonna do this, any number of dice, and I will go with 0. So I guess that will end this day. And then next day I can, okay, so return to me. And this is 1, so I'm just going to keep that there. And of course, the crop market. All right. And, ooh, strawberries. Nice. Oh, it says it doesn't matter, but I mean, when you put it in the field, well, yeah, it's going to matter. It has to be untended. Next day. And we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 weather cards. Sunny. Okay, so sun, cloud, sun. Sun, cloud, sun. Nope. We have the opposite, cloud, sun, cloud. But a sunny day lets us plant. Let us plant a bean. Must be in with the other beans. Okay, so that don't don't replenish right now. Now, let us harvest. Let us gather a skill. Actually, now that I have beans, I'm going to do this strictly based on what plants I have. And I have 2 untended beans, so I might as well use that and use everything else that stays to get coins. So 2 beans, 1 strawberry. Okay, I was wrong. So it's actually is tended. So it's a good thing I tended some crops. So that's perfectly fine. So if it must be tended, then of course I'm going to go with ranch. I'm going to go with what I can get for the sake of resolving the goal. So that's perfectly fine. So I have these tended anyways. Perhaps I would have used the pip, or yeah, the die. That is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's all learning. So this goes back in the supply. So I'm just going to put that back in there. Shake that all up and shake, shake. Okay. So I like, oh, rancher. Now that I have it, oh, this is the breed one. Okay. So if I breed, I can breed again. Or alternatively, maybe, and I can change these. When I get a new skill, I can change these. So, so that's fine. Now, I went there. I gained my skill. Cha-ching! Success. Now, come back to your farm. And I am aligned, oh, with either. Okay, I wonder, it doesn't, okay, because your alignment can be either of them. So I wonder if that's like depends where you put the skill. I'm gonna play it as though it's like wherever you put the skill, that's what you can do. Maybe I won't do that in the future. So whatever. I don't even have livestock, so I just want the skill to have the skill. So I'm just gonna say, okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Now I come back home, and I mean, I might as well tend what I have. So something must still be in the same location. You know what, I'm gonna move that down because these two will still be in the same location. Like I couldn't put it up here, but as long these two spaces were filled by it when it was over here, so that's fine. And oh, put this as 0. Also tend. I'm definitely not taking anything. I'm not paying for anything, so this is 4. So if I sold these, I can get 8 coins. So good. All right, that's my actions. Oh, and I didn't move the buildings up because there are no buildings. I would like to be able to increase production to at least have something in the queue, but that's not in the books currently. Boom. And I no longer have this die, and that's how it is. 2. Let's get to replenishing. And what does he draw? What's down here? Potatoes. Okay. Now, next one. What are we at? There's 3 left. So 9, 8, 7, day 7. Rainy. So we have clouds. Oh, cloud, sun, rain. Cloud, sun, cloud. No, that was the closest that we have. Oh. And move the buildings up. There are no buildings. Okay, so I'm not going to be setting up a building unless something gives me coins. If I did that, 1. I mean, if I went here and kept gaining coins, gain a coin, sell, gain a coin, sell, but then that gives me 10 coins, and oh wait, no, do this now, gain a coin, sell, then gain a coin. That gives me 10, and my final move is to build a building, and then I'm done the season. Okay. Boom. Gain a coin. Done. Now come back here. Oh, pick one. Okay, the longhouses pick one. Harvest. Oh, so it wouldn't matter anyways. Harvest. Take it. Put it back in the supply. Gain 4 coins. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Or alternatively, I could put this 1 back and just take a 5. And that's the day. Return worker. No, or my character. There's no workers. Don't need to replenish. Let's just move on to the next day and continue executing our plan. Cloudy. So we have sun, rain, cloud. There is no sun, rain, cloud on the weather. Oh, but we do have an event. Let's get to it. Okay, the top event, like we said, number 5. Hooah! Swamp sprites. The swamp sprites aren't hard to find living near a large swamp at the valley's edge. They aren't too concerned about your group or the town either. Even as you speak to them, it feels as though they're ignoring you. You could try being nice and putting on a campfire party for the swamp sprites. You may put on a campfire and lose culture. Shuffle in event 48 if you do. Otherwise, shuffle in event 49. Set this card aside. When you have resolved events 4 through 7, shuffle in event 8. Oh, okay. Shuffle in event 48. Oh man, don't tell me to do more stuff. Because I want to do more stuff. When you have resolved, shuffle in event 8. Okay. Give me more cards. Okay. Hopefully I don't need culture anytime soon. Oh, Otherwise, shuffle in event 49. I didn't realize. Shuffle in event 48 and lose culture. Or just shuffle in event 49. Man, and of course, I don't know what is coming up. Maybe I just do 49. Maybe I just set this card aside. 1, 4 through 7. Oh, okay, so I need to keep track of 4, 5, 6, and 7. Where's events? Oh, they're right here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I will do 49. Sorry. So I'm gonna just organizing my cards just below the camera. So let's get 49. Okay, so event 49 is gonna go in, and it says shuffle it in, right? Shuffle in event 49. So we're still gonna have a bunch of cards that may or may not get resolved. 4 through 7. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna put. I'm just looking at the cards. So I need to just keep track of 4 through 7. Okay, so 4 is on the top. Now let's continue. I have a plan, so might as well do the little bit that I can. Oh, and cloudy means we don't do anything. All right, so farm. We're there. We harvest. Take this out. And bada boom. Get 4. I will do this and trade for a 5. So now we have 10. Okay. We actually have a 10. And no workers. So let's return our character. And no workers to return. And no crop market to replenish. So final turn of the season. We have rain cloud. Okay, which will have no effect. So rain, and no effect. Okay. Rain cloud rain. And it's not sunny, so we don't have to worry about planting a thing. Now, I just realized just now. No, I do it anyways. I was hoping I could put a building in, but I have to increase the income so that the building can be built, which the farmer will not be doing. Aw. So the farmer is going to go here, pay the 10 per the cost of the farmer. Different characters have different costs, but the farmer, it will cost 10. So next turn, I hope the crafter will be able to then pay the cost to build a building so she can have at least an immediate focus on what she's doing. Okay, so culture's at 1. Income, production, and food are all at 2. So good job, farmer. You're improving this town. I'm sure if I was playing more characters, we would have more done. So be it. I'm fine with little bits of progress, which I can see here. So now, what are you doing at home? Planting? Like, might as well, right? Plant. There's no tend. You can clear something. What's better, planting something or clear? Oh, you can't clear because you don't have any coins to pay to clear something, and you're not buying, and you're not gonna manage equipment because you need to buy. You need to have coins to buy equipment to manage equipment. Okay, so point is, plant or clear? Plant or clear? At the end of this turn, everything you took off is gonna go back on. So plant. I'm gonna say plant. Just plant, and take this for free. Plant your beans. And there, they are in your field. No workers. Return our character. Workers don't have to return. The crop market does have to be replenished. Although, technically, we're just going to start all over again next time we get to the farmer. But for the sake of doing it, I'm doing it. And no more weather cards. We're at the end of a season. I have played one game of Mythwind. Solo, so it's not like we've made massive progress, but look, hey, we have made progress. Look, look, look. Things have happened. Even if it's small, I'm accepting that. I'm glad that I was able to start wrapping my head around this, although I won't be playing the farmer next time. Oh well. Okay, so resolve end of season action. So we don't have any buildings that have at the end of the season do a thing. So then we move on to resolve goal cards. Okay. Hooah! Each character must have one skill. Oh, all the characters currently playing have a skill. Oh, and I could have put that there so that, yes, this happened this game session. Okay. Gain. Check mark. Yes, I was successful. No, I didn't do it. But yes, ding, I did do it. Gain any resource and shuffle in goal 10. Now, do I put everything so everything's at 2? Or do I gain one more income so everything is back to 1 after that building is built? I like the reset everything to building. You know what? I love that actually. You get to build a building and then the board gets reset back to where it was. The crafter gets to do a thing and then she gets to have fewer rounds but have be where it was when the farmer first started. Okay. And shuffle in goal 10. So I'm going to set this just here and 28. Oh, why is 28 at the... Oh, just because it was a weird... That's where I set it. Goal 8. Okay. And shuffle, shuffle, shuffle up our goals. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle up our goals. Okay. So whatever it is whatever it is. Next time, she will need to go on an adventure. I like that. Cool. Okay, so I figure, so normally with goal cards, what you're doing is you take 2, choose 1, and shuffle that in. That goal card literally told us which one specifically to shuffle in. So I'm not going to say, oh, but now we also are going to do this. I'm just going to say that the intent was have it at the same amount of cards, of goal cards, and I will move on. Reset the weather deck. So although I shouldn't have shuffled it, although I didn't intentionally shuffle it, I do think I did, and I'm saying, oh well. I'm sure some people on their first playthrough intentionally shuffled it. Oh well. Okay, so that is our weather card. Change season tile. So crafter gets to be in summertime. Hey, with some good summer weather. Oh, gain or lose production, depending. Okay. And there we go. And as I have repeatedly said, I am going to be playing the crafter next time. So I need to learn that. And I will pack this up. This is going to stay right where it is. This is going to stay right where it is. Everything else is just going to be packed up and re-unpacked. This market will be reset when I play again. Oh, I'm not done. I'm not done resetting. This has to go back. So this is called the overgrowth phase. So he chooses a sprite. The farmer chooses a sprite die, either from the tower or the supply. There is none in his supply, so he's just going to take a die, roll it, and he must put in 3 overgrowths back on his board. Now, as opposed to setup, now he's allowed to put it anywhere. So it can go there. It can be touching other ones now. Initial setup, you can't, But for, now it's possible too. So maybe it's all the same. So although it started here, it's up there, and that's fine. Now that's fine. And had I had, a bunch of farm space used up and I couldn't place it, well, I would have to use some of that farm space, as in take it out and put it on. So some choices have to be made eventually. You know what I mean. All right, so hopefully I haven't completely messed up how to play the game in the first place. um, I like this incremental, development. I could continue. I could play a whole game as the farmer, just reset and just keep going and going and going and going. But I like the idea of let's try new characters. So thank you very much for joining me as I begin this playthrough of Mythwind. Have fun.